On today's episode of WatchJRGo, I am back with my dad and the carburetors for the Lloyd Stearman Mercedes. But today, we have a story to tell you guys, and it's a crazy one about the government ruining this whole process.
Oh, yeah.
What is going on, guys? I am WatchJRGo, and today, like I said, I'm here with my dad, and he is opening up a small bucket of Berryman Chem Dip.
Been around here for a long time.
Not pro. Ooh, it did solidify, didn't it?
Well, I think I got all the goodie out of that. We could probably still use that.
Moves around. Don't use that. That's Jello. That's not.
I think it's all right. Just needs shook up a little.
Crazy.
How many years has that been around here? It's coming out of the can.
It did kill the can here. We've got cracks. How's the bottom? It's got one leak on the bottom. Industrial use only. Dip basket inside. When it comes to cleaning carburetors, there's only one answer, and people will give you a lot of different answers on the internet, but they're all wrong. The correct answer is always Chem Dip Professional.
It was.
0905 is the part number.
That's right.
And this stuff is the realest carburetor solution in the world. It's better than any ultrasonic cleaner. It's better than the stuff you can buy in the 1 gallon bucket at O'Reilly's. And the thing is, we usually just buy this stuff from O'Reilly's. So I called them and I grabbed the part number real quick on the internet and I called the store and they were like, we can't get any 0905 and it's special order only. And I was like, well, can we order it? And they were like, it says unavailable. I was like, well, that's not good. So luckily, the old store manager in Andover is a good friend of mine. And I texted him and I said, I need this. And he was like, I can't get it. And I was like, what do you mean you can't get it? So it turns out nobody can get it because the next day I called Berryman and I said, where do we go buy Chem Dip Professional? I need it tomorrow because we got to get this Mercedes running. And they replied a handful of minutes later and said, the EPA has banned the 0905 product after 75 years of leaving it untouched. So, if you have to clean carburetors, you will no longer be cleaning carburetors.
Banned it in December of 24.
Yep.
December of 24, it was banned.
Yep.
And it's still available for purchase if you can find it.
I know, we don't want to tell them where we know where there's 36 buckets left in the U.S.
Well, there may be, but I found 29.
29
in one place.
Yep.
And they said when it's gone, it's gone. It's illegal to sell it after May, I don't know if it's May 5th or May 15th of 2025. It is illegal to even sell it in the United States. So if you're going to buy it, you got to buy it now. I've been using this same, not this bucket, but this same material since I was a little kid. I was introduced to it at the salvage yard. You know, when I was first started working on chainsaw carburetors, when I was like, we were building carburetors or building engines out of chainsaws when I was like 6th grade or 5th grade, something like that. I think it was 6th grade. And that's where I used to take it apart and I'd use their stuff. Anyways, this one it ate through the bucket.
So I did reach out to Berryman and I said, after about every 20 years, our bucket melts. Because we've been through a couple buckets while I've been working on engines with Dad as well.
This bucket's probably 10 years old.
Yeah.
Maybe 15.
It looks like it's an older design.
It's probably 15.
Yeah. So eventually, the stuff is so powerful, it does eat through the bucket. And it's a mild steel bucket.
They said that's the only thing I could put it in.
It's the only thing you can put it in. Berryman did say, be careful. If you put it in the wrong bucket, it will just melt the bucket. They said the acid it's one of the strongest acids there is, and it will eventually eat the metal after like 15 years. It just happens.
This is the new bucket.
This is the new bucket right here. 50 state compliant, but still professional Chem Dip and still 0905.
That's a brand new bucket. It's one of the new ones. Last one that one of the vendors had.
Here in town.
And they had to ship it in from another brand.
Yeah.
And they said, there's no more that they can find.
EPA has made it impossible to fix your carburetors at home. You could try that little bucket, and it does kind of work. But Berryman did tell me
this stuff's not bad.
It's not bad. It definitely.
But B12 is not as strong as that. This is actually the best spray carb cleaner.
By far the best spray.
Hey, Berryman's, this is the best spray carb cleaner.
We know it's the best spray.
Use this one.
But
if you want to dip them, nothing
beats that.
Like that.
And Berryman did confirm that. They did say they have a next-gen product coming that is the next best thing, but it is not 0905.
It won't do what 0905 does.
That's...
0905 was the hottest stuff you could get. Hot being the
acidic.
best at melting the trash out of carburetors and other things you wanted to put in there.
Yeah. It basically eats everything but the metal.
Those days are over.
I mean, it'll dissolve rubber. It'll dissolve any varnish. It is the best fuel system cleaning device.
Yeah.
But
so we have to move on.
It's gone.
I do know where there's 29 more.
This time, do your own research. It took a while to find these buckets. It's actually listed for sale all over the internet, but when you go there, they're all gone. It's all gone. This is a brand new mild steel bucket that we poured the remnants of that other container into. So we probably got another 15 years in this bucket, and we've got the Chem Dip basket. They all come with this basket inside there.
We'll have to modify the
lid.
Modify the lid, because these are 5-gallon buckets. That's a 5-gallon bucket, but it's extra tall.
Yes.
So it's got 6 gallons of space. So
we'll have to give a little hammer wrap on the lid there. There's quite a few of these buckets around here. This is the stuff you can still buy, I think. This is 0996, and I don't think it costs $14.99 anymore. That's
B9.
Oh yeah, B9. It's probably been around for 15 years as well, though. We've got our carburetor kit right here from Germany. This showed up a couple weeks ago. It came with candy. Can't beat that. This is German candy here, apparently. Center Shock. Rabbit Action. Well, this is the kit. This is the only place I could find that had a kit that looked like it was complete with every gasket for these carburetors. It's kind of what all the W220 guys said that they were running. So, put that back in there for now. I do want to try this candy. We're going to find out if Splashing Cola is any good. And in these boxes, you can see that we have each carburetor. So there they are. There's the befores. You can see how bad the float bowls are. I mean, they look like they have sand in them. Red dirt from Oklahoma. And obviously all the metal looks absolutely terrible. So we're going to tear each one down on separate days and put them in the Chem Dip. And when they come out, they'll look brand new. Instead of modifying the lid for the Chem Dip, which is what we were talking about, we decided bending the handle would be a lot easier. So Dad's just bending away. There you go. Now it's an upside down handle.
Can't put anything tall in that one.
Nope.
No, I think it needs a little more bending.
Let's see if these need to be banned by the EPA too. Center Shock Splashing Cola, straight out of Germany. It says, you know, everything on it's in German except for the Center Shock thing. But it looks like no artificial colors.
Oh. Hey, there's a short basket.
I hate it.
You have to put this into a basket that don't have a whole lot of material in it, because on a full one, the basket handle has to be high.
Absolutely.
It looks like you're really enjoying that.
Oh man, it's so bad.
What is it?
It's Splashing Cola Center Shock candy from Germany. What's the...
I bought that when we lived in Texas.
It's methylene chloride.
Yeah, but that's what that is.
Is it? Are they the same?
Yeah.
This is like the...
But contains potassium hydroxide and methylene chloride. That's what that is.
Huh. So that one's gone too now?
Yeah.
I mean, its bucket melted too.
Yeah, that's why I got rid of it. So, boy, they may still have it, Master. I doubt it, because the EPA's banned methylene chloride.
Yeah.
That bucket's going in the trash.
Here's another rare piece nobody probably has anymore, but this is an agitator that goes in these buckets.
Yeah,
you gonna hook it up?
I used that for years.
Yeah, I know. I was like, we usually do hook it up. There it goes. Shakes up and down.
Isn't that cool?
It is cool. Oh yeah, your speed adjustment, but...
So you can be gentle. A German carburetor, we should be very gentle with a German carburetor, because, you know, we have to slow that way
Well, what
down.
do you run full speed on? Just American cars?
Oh yeah, quadrojet. Full speed.
Quadrojet. That's right.
I haven't used that in years. I haven't seen it in years.
It is rare.
And you've seen all the stuff I haven't seen in years too.
Yeah.
I'm glad to finally be working out here again.
Like this carb kit that... What's that carb kit go to?
I don't know.
Borg Warner. TBI 89 Chevy. There you go.
That's been around a day or two.
Yes, it has. German candy review here. It tasted really plant-like at first, and then it became ultra sour, and then it all became like a nice tasting gum, but then it turned into like cinnamon gum after that. So, cool concept. I'm not really into it, but I'm glad I tried it. So here's our carburetor, and basically the goal today is unscrew everything that unscrews and throw it in the dip. It's about all we get to do.
Mm-hmm. So
we usually leave everything in there for 24 hours.
Yeah, just overnight. We don't leave it in more than overnight.
Absolutely.
Well, that old stuff is pretty docile. It won't attack your
surfaces.
Like that new can, you put that stuff in that, you put your parts in that new stuff, and you better get it out of there in about 10 hours.
Yeah.
Because it'll be perfectly clean in a few hours. And then what happens is if if you leave this stuff in the a brand new can of this stuff, it starts to attack your plating.
Oh yeah.
It makes your screws look bad if you leave it in too long.
I see.
So that's ready to go in.
Ready to go.
And
And we're not going to throw in this Venturi or this spacer because we don't have replacements for those. And also the floats aren't going in there. Anything that's going to dissolve is not going in there.
yeah. So let's take this top apart. What do we got here?
I don't know if they gave us that little guy right there. The little rubber
That
bellow.
would be bad.
I don't see that rubber bellow anywhere. I don't think.
The no bueno.
But I think that's just there to protect the shaft.
It is. Yeah.
So,
That's a dash pot, is what that is. In fact, it's an air dash pot.
well,
So it
let's
controls how fast it moves.
just spray out off the outside.
So the seal is probably right in here. We'll have to look. Okay, these parts can go in. Did they give you this?
We did get that, it looks like, right there. Not a new spring, but we have the... Ooh, it's nice and flexible. Yep, perfect.
Okay, so that goes in. This stuff here is ready to go into the
Sauce.
sauce. Let's pull these guys. Now, since we're working on a German car, I'll have to use my metric crescent wrench.
Right.
So
It's important. They also have right and left hand. I don't know if you have both of those on.
I do. Sure.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
I got both.
Well, you're using your right hand. That might have been a left-hand crescent.
Yeah. Well, it depends on who put it together. Now,
Is that seal?
yeah. Well, I got a copper
Yep.
seal there. That's probably in there. Yeah.
There's a ton of copper seals.
So we can put that in. These parts are ready to go in. Well, you're keeping track of where everything goes, right? Oh, I'm supposed to do that
I
too?
pushed record.
Oh, well, that's good enough.
That way we'll play it back, but it
Let's see what we got here.
might be complicated. Made in Germany.
Deutsch Vergasser.
Yep.
Deutsch Vergasser. That's like a, oh my goodness.
That does look pretty nasty. Why is that RTV all over it?
No, that's not. This is RTV.
It's brazed shut.
It's brazed shut, yeah.
I see. Well, I guess I shouldn't break it out because we don't know what it does.
You ain't gonna break it out. It's brazed. So, we were worried about them levers pushing on that stuff, and they don't.
Those are bypassed.
What in the world is that? That would have. See that? Obviously, that looks like it's gonna dump. Looks like Ford, they had a better idea, and they decided it wasn't better.
Possibly.
Yeah, I bet they were leaking, right? Because you got full fuel pressure on that.
That's another one, right? It seems like the same piece.
Yeah, but the float's pushing on that.
Absolutely.
That's your needle and seat assembly, which you cannot.
You can't. Yeah.
You
Can't tear it apart.
You have to. There's no service in that thing.
You know what? You see this?
That's what that is
That's
right
what
there.
that is.
Yeah. I mean, when this opens, it's just going to dump fuel.
Right. Why would it be on the outside of the carburetor? Yeah. Maybe there was a return system at some point.
Yeah, but if there was, see, you can see that that's coming right off the main fuel pressure, because main fuel pressure is right there.
Absolutely.
And this is the float sitting right here, right? Float sitting right there. So that's your needle and seat.
Well,
You got that figured out.
made it through that section.
Okay, now let's start tearing this thing apart. Write these down, but since you're taking
Video.
video,
What do we got?
I believe that says it looks like 190 Charlie.
190 Charlie.
Solex. That's one of the main jets dumping here.
And original.
Yeah. Okay.
It actually.
That's
looks,
actually made for aeration. See,
Yeah.
that's what that's for.
Plus, it doesn't look terrible. It's not
No, it's not bad.
full of trash.
Now this jet is right here,
Yep.
and it is 200.
200.
A 200. So
Okay.
that goes here. Okay. Oh, there's another guy. You always want to take, when you get ready to take these out,
Yeah.
you always want to give it a little push down with your hand right when you start, so you don't strip out the brass.
Absolutely.
And if you strip them out, sometimes they're hard to get at.
And that brass is soft. It looks like 4.
So it's an A4 jet.
A4 is what we think it is. I mean, the 4 was easy to read once I zoomed in, but
These screws were all loose on this pump, but somebody's been into it, lost some of the parts. See, there's no
no washer.
washers.
Yep.
At least they lost them on caddy corners. They thought that, but well, at least, you know.
Kept the pressure even.
I got the corners locked down.
Yeah. If you keep the pressure even, you're doing pretty well.
Yeah. people. They can't keep track of the parts. They shouldn't take them apart.
Well, you never know. It could have sat for 13 years in between when it came apart and went back together.
Oh, now you're making fun of my
Transmission.
now you're making fun of my transmission work. Hey, I got that thing working and got it back to him, but he still hadn't put it in yet. I keep calling him and say, hey, get that thing in? Nope.
That'll happen.
Okay, what do we got here?
Get that on these big jobs. Oh, so you have to reuse.
That thing's hard as a rock. Hard as a rock. So we got to take it apart and get that diaphragm out.
Yep, you sure do.
Well, these parts don't need cleaned.
Okay.
I'm not going to put them in the tank. They're nice and clean.
Yeah, their plating looks really nice too. So
that don't need to be cleaned either.
Okay.
Now here's a little
must clean.
Well, let's just see. More parts.
Hey.
There's that other diaphragm. That's going to get cleaned.
Yep.
There's your other.
Huh. Look how nice that is.
LB.
LB, and it says, yep, made in Germany right on it.
Okay, so see how that come out of there?
Spring under
just like that.
Yep. Pintle looking thing.
Do they have a book for me in case I lose my mind here?
I don't think there's.
Well, whoever put this together did not put it together very tight. Everything's just setting in there. It's of course you don't have to over tighten them, but you got to just snug them up. And usually I like them to barely be snug. Solex 015.
015 inside.
Oh yeah, look at that. Look at the size of that hole.
Yeah, she's tiny.
Little bitty hole.
Just a little bit of light.
All right, now these guys should come off on the bottom. Look how easy that came off.
Not too easy.
Well, that leads to vacuum leaks when they got them loose like this.
Absolutely.
I need a drill motor to get all these screws out.
There's too many screws.
Okay, so we got all the screws loose.
That is a rack of screws. Ooh, a spacer we don't have, do we?
Yeah, you'll have to reuse that.
Yeah. It's like a phenolic or something?
Yeah, it's a phenolic spacer. There's no seals on these. These are just, we're just going to put them right into the soup. I'm not going to remove that screw.
Yep.
Well, I am going to remove this monkey motion.
The whole assembly?
That's loose again. Yeah, so we'll take this out, and then when you pull them up, you always want to check for washers as you're getting them up out of there. So if they're under there, they don't fall off your screw. So I always put my finger down around the
base
around the screw, make sure that I don't have to get down on my hands and knees and look for parts.
For sure.
Before we put this in, see, that's rubber.
That's rubber.
I don't want to put that in the soup.
Okay, we
can spray it off with some carb cleaner. You got to pull that nut. Metric crescent again.
Is that the other side of the butterfly?
No, this is a valve of some sort.
Huh. I switched to an impact as soon as that starts, so I don't round off the nut.
It's like somebody has.
It looks like they Canadian Loctited it.
That's even bent. Look at that.
It is bent. I see it.
How in the world did you bend that?
It's pretty obvious that the entire linkage is bent there.
Well, that comes down to there. It's like they've been hammering on it.
Yeah.
See that?
They staked it too.
Yeah, they hammered it right there.
Yeah.
That's probably why they smashed the end down.
Yep.
Well, let's leave that together until we find out more about it. Never took this apart, lost a lot of parts.
They just didn't bother.
Yeah, well, we don't need that lock washer.
That's pretty funny. So this one also, oh, well that one shouldn't have had one.
Yeah, they didn't balance it.
They didn't stay even. They didn't balance it back out.
Yeah.
You got to balance your carburetor when you're putting the hardware back.
Okay.
Came right off.
So, just a little rotary valve.
Yeah.
That changes.
Like a mixing valve.
Well, it's going to change the airflow through here.
Ah, yeah, I see.
Based on throttle position.
Uh-huh.
So
is that like a bypass error or secondary error kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I don't have any idea what they'd be doing with it, but there's a little piece that's staked in, I think.
We have.
See that thing right there?
I see it. Buried inside there. Tiny little.
You'd have to grab that.
I guess you could just turn it upside down and see if it falls out.
I don't think that's going to work.
It turns out there isn't any staked device in there.
That was just a...
It was just like a piece of grass or something.
Yeah, what's left over of a bug.
Yeah. Wild.
So, okay, so the rest of these...
It looks like there's seals on most of it, but they're mostly copper. We're hoping.
Yeah.
We're hoping.
Don't diss me for not using a 10mm wrench here, but look how loose it is.
Yeah, it's not like you needed it. You could just use your fingers.
Almost. As long as I'm not using pliers, everybody should be happy.
Absolutely.
Don't want to mar it. Okay, there's
check.
That's the accelerator pump inlet.
Look at how much trash is in that filter right there.
Yeah, that's your. So the fuel comes in just sitting on there.
Yep.
And it looks like, see, that's going to be.
You step on it and it sucks past it.
Well, see, that's letting fuel in that way, and that's going to lock. That's going to prevent. So that can't be the accelerator pump.
Yeah, fuel can only go that way.
No, fuel can only go this way.
How?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See.
Yeah.
Okay. See, it does. Or maybe that's accelerator pump, right? So it sucks fuel in through here, right? That's sitting in the bottom. Right. So that's your screen, right? And when the pump is taking a suction stroke, it sucks fuel in through these holes and up through there, right? And into the body of the pump.
Where's the check ball seal? It looked like the check ball sealed this direction.
No, it don't. See, that's staked. That's staked so the ball can't get away.
I see.
If you open the seat is under the ball.
Right there.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
I couldn't tell where the seat was. It looked like it was going to seal back this way.
And there's another check ball. The other check ball was in this.
Yeah.
See, here it is. See, that's your check. This is your accelerator pump squirter.
Yep.
Right, so that's sitting down normally, so that it squirts past it, and then gravity will let it fall back down.
All right.
So that's squirting the fuel in.
Any other interesting check balls? That's the drain, right?
Should be the carbonator drain.
I think we had both of those out.
See, that's got a fiber seal on it. There should be a new fiber in there.
I hope.
So
is this one copper or is this one?
That's fiber.
Yep. Okay, we'll put that in
fiber.
Our keep pile.
Okay, now.
Just in case pile.
Let me get a bigger screwdriver on that.
Oh, there's a bunch of fiber. And, yeah, I think we're set up. We're set up pretty well right there.
Look at that fiber one. Side was clear going on that one.
Just broke out? Yep.
No, it was open as I started to twist it. So it's been out of there for a long time.
Well,
that's a leaker.
They were leaking as soon as we put fuel on them.
Yeah.
Ooh, that looks gross.
See, that's
all kinds
of been broken a long time.
Yep.
You see that? It's had a gap in it a long time.
Absolutely.
So there's another orifice.
Okay.
Orifice, and okay, that's ready to clean. That's just a mounting screw. This will pull. It's a passageway. Boy, again, I just can't believe. Now, if you rebuild a carburetor, make sure the stuff is tight.
Yeah. That one's one of your tuning jets?
No, it's not. It's just
in there?
It looks like it holds this in. See, these were pressed in?
Yep. And then that retains it?
That's a retainer. We'll leave it out till we get it cleaned.
Okay.
There's the other retainer.
And then
that was tight.
One more jet right there, huh?
Yeah, let's take that jet out. That's a jet that's going to suck air in. Absolutely. And it is...
It's the biggest one. 990? It's hard to see it.
That's old eyeballs, but...
Yeah, it's really hard to see it.
No, 950.
950.
Yeah, 950.
Okay.
Okay, so that's ready for the soup.
Yeah, it does have direct access to air, and it was full of trash. Crazy.
Yeah, that's what you want, something sucking air up underneath your carburetor, and underneath the hood.
Right.
Right into the side of a carburetor.
It really doesn't make any sense.
Where's the miniature air filter that goes on?
Yeah, exactly.
Maybe it's an overflow, you know, like if there's too much fuel in it, it just pees out on the ground.
It just sprays it out.
Why's my carburetor leaking?
Speaking of the EPA.
Oh, we don't want to go down the engine. Another fiber.
This is the last one, right?
I think so.
Finally. Crazy.
Oh, we need to, I think, no, that won't unscrew.
All right.
But there might be a jet sitting right there. We need to look in it.
Okay.
Sometimes jets are held in by the other jet, you know. There might be a jet tube in there.
That makes sense.
There's another jet.
Big old washer on that thing. Well, it's the huge one.
Yeah, 0715.
0715.
0715. So what I wanted to do was look right in here.
Yep.
And see if there's something. Sometimes there's a piece drop down in there.
You just want to flip it over and
See that piece right there?
Uh-huh.
I don't want to damage it, but I want to see if it's loose.
Absolutely.
Slightly turn it because you don't want to mar it. Then start turning it. And I'll bet you.
You think if it's moving, you think we can just flip it over?
That's what I want to see. Let's flip it upside down.
Look at all the trash coming out. There's like a...
Look at there.
It's snowing trash.
There's your jet.
Ah. Yep. It's
There's your jet.
covered in junk.
It's like, here's your sign.
He's touring again.
Is he?
Mr. Here's Your Sign guy.
Yeah. Yeah, you see these.
Yep.
Look at that. It's kind of deformed a little.
Ah, yeah, where it stakes it.
Yeah, well, it's off to one side. You can see hair all the way through there. See that?
You sure can. But I guess it's fine, right? It's already...
Should be.
Yeah. Technically, it's just drawn through the toilet
Oh,
bowl.
that's where the screw was screwed in.
You're right. That's what I was saying,
So
where the
screw,
stake is.
Yeah, the stake kind of... That's probably why it... Oh, that does come out.
You know, maybe somebody just over-tightened it.
Oh, that couldn't happen.
No way. No way.
Take my hammer.
Yep.
And I want you to give me just a little rap.
Ready?
Yep. Hold it. Okay. Hold it. Okay. Hold it.
You really want to take it out?
Well, it's falling out. Up, up, up.
Yeah, I see. Something important. Check ball. Ooh, it's like a plastic or a phenolic check ball.
Yeah.
Whatever it is.
That was stuck in there, wasn't it? Okay. Get done tapping.
We tapped it a solid 100 times there.
There you go.
Yep.
You see where they deformed it.
You sure can. Wow. They really stabbed it there.
Yeah.
Eh.
I don't think they'll know a bit.
Yeah, no, it's not going to make any
Don't
difference.
have any idea.
Yeah. And we're
This one don't have the
slide out.
Yeah, I don't think there's anything. I think it'll clean up just fine.
Well, we're ready for our EPA banned sauce.
Yep. Okay, that's ready.
You know what? This car is banned by the EPA too. So.
Yeah, it won't pass.
Many years ago.
Did you get them gaskets?
Yeah, the big one's in there. Tell you what's not in there, those floats. And I don't think we should do that Venturi.
Why?
It just doesn't look like it.
Won't hurt it.
And we could just wipe it off.
Yeah, it don't matter to me. It won't hurt it a bit, but it's clean, so it don't really need overhauled. Okay, so we'll put that there. There's your bucket of parts. Now we'll dump these out. Oh, we gotta take this thing apart.
Yeah, take this thing.
Yeah, so this is a dash pot. What?
Ooh, it's oil filled.
Yeah, so it's got oil in there.
Uh-huh.
And there's probably...
It's kind of cool. I mean, it was clearly still working, which is good.
Okay, so there may or may not be a seal in here.
Yeah.
You know, because this thing, obviously it's not, you don't have any oil in it. So the oil's out. But see, that's there, you can feel it.
Yeah.
If you push it down, it's like a shock absorber. It hits a little. But it's this thing controls the oil. The oil controls the movement.
Right, to dampen the throttle. Mm-hmm. There's quite a bit of oil in it, really. I mean...
So you got to fill your carburetor with oil?
You got to get your carburetor oil going on.
I wonder if there's a special carburetor oil.
I bet there is. Yeah. I bet there's special carburetor oil.
And it's not 90 weight, I can guarantee you that. Let's bucket this thing up. Now this...
We had a rubber piece.
Well, I don't want to take that apart.
No, let's clean this with carb cleaner. Just spray it.
We'll just spray it off and put it back. It's just air anyway.
But we do want to put both of these in, right? Weren't they going in?
You got new ones.
Oh yeah, we do have a new one. And this one's going right back in.
Yeah, that's just going to be a plug.
Well, let's put that one in with our fresh RTV.
I don't need RTV on it. Just a new plug.
I think it was the leak.
New gaskets.
I guess we probably have gaskets, and whoever rebuilt it last time
probably didn't have them. Yep, that checks out. That's an irreversible repair.
Sure is.
But that's got to be this.
Yeah, it's absolutely the same part.
Oh,
absolutely.
Hey. See, that says Solex 2.
Uh-huh.
Wonder what this one says.
Solex 1.
They didn't give you any instructions with this, did they?
No instructions at all.
Yeah.
Nope, just an invoice.
Got to speak German to read them.
Well, yeah, the invoice was German too.
Oh.
It had VAT and pounds on it and stuff.
Pounds?
I don't know what it was.
Yeah.
It wasn't USD.
Pounds.
You know,
That's the wrong country. All right, now let's get the old bucket right over here.
careful, it's banned.
Yeah, I might get hurt.
Might jump out at you.
Okay, so that check ball
Fell out of somewhere in there.
probably right here.
That makes sense. It's sized right. There's a lot of trash in that.
Well, we'll have to find out. I'll need a diagram for the carburetor. I normally don't put them together without a diagram.
Right. In this case, I don't know if we're getting one. The answer is we take the other one apart while we put this one together. Easy button.
Yeah,
Because they have to be sized the same.
they are.
Yeah.
They're identical carburetors. What a mess.
So many parts.
I've seen worse.
Yep.
I need to clean that stainless steel pan. All right, now goes the let the carburetor cleaner do its work. I'm not going to leave that in there because I'm afraid it might.
Dissolve it.
No, it might disappear on us.
Oh.
Sometimes.
It floats up and away.
Well, when you start washing things,
Uh-huh.
sometimes them little screens get away, and we can just clean that one.
Absolutely.
It'll be fine.
30 pounds of
It'll be
hardware in there.
fine. Yeah, we could scrap this car out.
We could.
Wouldn't pay for the carb cleaner. All right. It's got a weight on it, like
Anything they could do to dampen everything.
that's a window weight.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. In she goes. Yep. Gotta move this one over.
All right.
It's in the soup.
In the soup. Should we? You want to throw that in too, right?
I don't want to throw it in, but I'll lay it in.
Sealed.
You don't want that stuff on you because it is nasty.
Yeah. Well, there you go, guys. If you need some carburetor cleaner, you better hurry. And if you're planning on restoring some stuff, you might want this stuff because it is the best. That is it for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to head on over to shop WatchJRGo.com for cool shirts, not like this. And please like, share, subscribe, do whatever you want to do, and I will talk to you next time.
Okay.
Well, I'll be over here tomorrow after the Chiefs. I don't know. You think they're winning or losing?
Oh, they'll win.
You think they were just holding out on us that last game?
Yeah, they're finally getting to. I ain't eating that.
Come on.
No way.
Come on. It's only sour for 30
I already
seconds.
brushed my teeth.
It's the sour for 30 seconds.
Yeah. Nope.
All right.
Okay.
Well, that's it for our carb cleaning mission for tonight.
Yeah.
Follow-up German candy review. Jumping strawberry tastes amazing. It's fruity the whole way through, and you can start chewing it immediately. Way better than the cola. So if you're ordering German candy, it is sour, but jumping strawberry is the move.
You selling German candy?
I
now?
am. Only free German candy that comes with carburetors.
Oh yeah.
You have to spend $100 on carburetor parts.
Yeah, that's the most expensive bubble gum you've ever ate.
It is. It might have been 5 cents originally. This is an episode of Unknown Tech Throwback right here.
It's leaving.
Yeah, it's going in the trash can, so we figured we'd show it to you guys right before it.
I don't know where I got it. Look at that. Oh, are them op amps?
Are they?
I just bought a bunch of op amps.
Huh, it's still not out. I unscrewed it completely.
Oh, by the way, I didn't tell you. I got that Dart DC drive that
Yep.
we were working on.
You put a new SCR in it?
Well, after you left the other night,
Uh-huh.
I went and pulled the data sheet on that SCR, and I thought, I better just take one more look before, well, I went to try to buy one.
Right.
And I clicked on the data sheet and looked, and I thought, I need to check these terminals. So I went back and checked it again, and my little DC tester proved it was good. So then I put it back in, started checking, and I found a 12-volt regulator was burnt. There was no 12 volts.
Oh.
So I bought a 12-volt regulator. You had to buy 10 of them for $4.95
Sure.
to get one. So I bought one, put that in it.
Cheaper than $96.
It run. No, 900. Oh, you mean the SCR?
The SCR was
the SCR was
96.
$100.
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I put the 12-volt regulator in it, it now runs. But I traced the problem down to what blew the 12-volt board was the reversing board on top. And I called Dart Controls, and they are sending me the schematic for that board.
Oh.
So what do you got?
This is an 8-output DA.
No kidding.
That's what it says.
8 output, digital to
is that a
analog converter.
68? Look at that. It's a 6821.
Look at there. Here's a 30 output.
Guys, Dad's the Motorola 6800 god here.
I used to program them.
Yeah, I know. Your master's thesis was on a 6800, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was.
So this is a Kendra 30 output.
Kendra.
Oh, microcom. It must it must be some weird
Yeah, some old PLC.
early PLC.
Look at all them chips.
Yeah.
Yeah, I used to build out of all of them.
It's crazy. It's all socketed.
Yeah, good. Gosh, I could repair anything on this thing.
You sure could. It's a
Nobody'd want me to.
single layer PCB.
I could. Yeah, I couldn't get paid for it. But
Yeah. And a combo. So that must be the analog.
that's an analog. Wow. Another 6821.
That's too many 6800s. What's AC? 8x8.
That's an 8x8 AC.
Yeah.
So that means it's for AC current, and there's probably some DC current.
Weird that they would run AC current through a, AC to DC.
That's a power supply. Yeah,
Well, it's
that's a DC power supply. That's a microcom.
But what's it from?
Well, this was microcoms were built in Kansas, if I remember.
Oh, Overland Park, Kansas. Look at that.
Is it?
Sure is.
Yeah.
Says right on it.
Yeah. So this is an old microcom.
Well, someone in the comments is going to say they used to work there.
Microcom might want this back.
But this is
They threw them all away.
5 volts at 4 amps and 12 volts at 0.2. But
Well,
what do you think the supply side is? Because all of the I/O on it says ground and 5 volts. I don't know. 12 volts.
Another 8x8.
Same thing again. Skip it.
I think you ought to put this in your house.
I don't
run all your lights. You know.
You know that
use
Control
your
4 processor
phone.
that runs my house is it's like 4,000 of these.
Probably fits in there.
It does fit in there. Single SoC. Another.
There's a lot of 8x8, so there's a lot of. I took this out of something years and years ago, and I thought I'd do something with it.
Yeah. What were you gonna do with it? It uses some unsupported.
Yeah, I didn't have a front end.
Exactly.
You'd have to, I mean, I'm sure it ran off a. There's no. I'm not finding the main. This is all just for talking to these guys.
Absolutely.
Right. I mean, we're taking all the data and converting it. Oh, there's the modem.
Modem.
110 baud. Wow. Boy, you could trace that. I could draw wiring diagrams of this whole thing.
It's another 6800.
Huh?
It's a 6800, but 68B5. So that must be the mini 6800.
68B50.
It's crazy they switched away from socketed on that processor.
Yeah. Well, that's probably a later board.
Yeah.
This modem. Well, be darned.
Don't know what you're gonna do with a modem in that thing.
Oh yeah.
Dial into your PLC.
Look at there. There's my CPU.
Why are the EPROMs just? The tape's gone.
I guess I just wiped it out, didn't I?
It was already wiped out.
There it is.
Guys, if you don't know about EPROMs, if you take the tape off, any UV light that hits them wipes them.
Which I guarantee every one of these chips are good.
Oh yeah, it's not like they break. These are bulletproof. But then again, what is this thing?
It's just an old slow processor.
Yeah. It's before megahertz. I can't remember how slow they measure these.
Kilohertz?
Yeah, it is in kilohertz. Is it 68 kilohertz, right? Isn't that what it is?
Probably. Look at there. There's this is probably the LCD display.
Oh yeah, it had a driver. And it's just a bunch of segment
Yeah,
displays.
that's all. It probably had just a segment display driver.
Crazy.
So everything's here. I'm sure you built something out of this.
Somebody spent money on that one time.
If you can program in machine language, you can
program anything.
You can fill this. I don't have a chip programmer. I don't think.
Oh, they're like $10 on eBay now.
I used to have one.
Now everybody has chip burners, and they're nearly free.
This is your crystal.
Crystal for the timing.
That's the crystal for the processor.
It's crazy. The others don't have crystals. That
Well,
one does.
only these guys do.
Yeah.
Now this is gonna have a crystal because it's for comms. So that's my comm processor right there.
Yeah. Timing's important.
Yeah.
But the other 6800s.
No, they don't need them.
Okay.
They don't need them. They're clocked off of this guy.
That makes sense. Clocked off the bus.
Yeah. This is 3.6864 megahertz.
What was PLC stands for pretty lame computer. That's what this is. This is a real PLC. Pretty lame computer.
It does not. Never heard that before, but
there's a guy that just started a YouTube channel. It's called Cursed Controls, and he's doing mostly wastewater stuff.
Yeah.
And it's absolutely hilarious. And he keeps calling them pretty lame computers.
That's a pretty dirty job.
I'm just cracking up. Yeah, it is. It's pulling level transmitters out of wet wells.
I used to do that. Well, you used to help.
Yep. Wastewater is where my specialty ends.
Where was it that I looked over I looked over the side of a well, I don't remember where it was at, but I had all my stuff in my pockets.
Oh, and it left.
I was, bye.
Not going back after that one.
Them pins are going downstream.
Yep.
Yeah, well, obviously I don't want none of this stuff.
No. But
somebody would love to have
somebody hand built that out of aluminum, and you could put it in your aluminum trailer.
Yeah.
You could.
I don't want it.
No, I wouldn't either.
Nothing I'll ever do with that.
None of these ribbons or anything.
Yeah. 40 years ago, look at there. There's a little DAC.
Yep.
That's my digital analog converter.
Yep.
So that's going to be my digital out driver. Here's my LM324.
What's that?
The LM324 is, I think that is...
There's a TI on there. That's the TI. Brazil.
Yeah, 74. That's all TTL logic. Anything that says 74 out front, if I remember right,
yeah,
is TTL.
You think it's got an S? You think it was like serial something?
No, that's just. So that's going.
Right out on the pump.
That's going. It's going over the processor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what is that 324? I think it's is a quad channel analog, or a quad channel. Let's just look it up. I think it's a quad channel.
It's like it's
a quad channel or a quad op amp.
You know what's funny is everyone's building stuff out of these now, especially with everybody getting chip burners. We could pop all these out, and they're probably worth $30.
I'd rather sell it all as a unit.
Just throw it away.
Yeah, I really don't want it.
It's too much work to sell.
LM324N.
No power quad op amp.
Yeah.
Here, guys, we've got everybody's most hated PLC. Everybody hates This doesn't even exist anymore, though, right? I think did Toshiba quit?
Toshiba never made them.
Ah.
These weren't made by Toshiba. These were made by somebody in Japan. I don't know. Maybe Toshiba did make this and sell it under a whole bunch of other people. There's some kind of funky thing with these. And I went to a wastewater plant one time where it had there was 27 of these running the plant.
Yep.
So every time he needed another spot to run something, he'd just throw another PLC down. So they were like screwed to the wall, and and it was like the whole plant. There was like a whole bunch of them screwed to the wall, and it's like, okay, which one does what?
And then what? They talked on Modbus or something?
I think the whole thing was ringed together with Modbus.
Wow.
And of course, 27 of these to run a plant. So I stripped all 27 of them out, and that's why there's still some of them laying around here. They're going away.
Going in the trash.
And all 27 of them, I took it down to 4 processors in 4 buildings and ran the whole plant with 4 processors.
Well,
to my knowledge, it's still running today.
I went and picked that up because it's 10,000 times more power than that thing in one of these bad boys. A lot less I/O though. There's a lot less I/O.
Yeah, that's a whole rack of computers.
Is.
Everything was wired like that. I mean, that was the 120 volts.
Yeah.
It was wired going around the plant like that. He had different size wires. That's AT Max, at Max. That's probably off some VFD. Anyway, we pulled all that out.
What do you think? What was he controlling all of them with?
It had a.
Had to have some main controller.
This was the main.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah. See, that's a Toshiba.
Ah.
And there was a couple of these.
Oh, I see. So this was Toshiba's rackable processor, and these were like their compact logic.
Right.
Yeah.
So everywhere he went, he just dropped these in. I sold a whole bunch of them, and these have just been sitting here, so now they're going away. Oh, there's another one.
They're multiplying.
Yeah, I think they have multiplied since I've been sitting down here. Anyways, they're leaving.
Yep.
All right.